Hi guys, Spectre here. Welcome back to some more Total War Warhammer 3. Continuing the Archaon campaign. We just remerged them, didn't we? We did. The growth building I'm not upgrading. I love that fucking price. That is some serious daylight robbery. It's 300. Fuck it. Just gets it in there, gets it training. Because unlike anything else, that ain't got to upgrade. So, that does me. Looking through the war shrines last night, and obviously the normal chaos war shrine's not bad. Gives you physical resistance, you know. The corn one's good, gives you some nice buffs. Nurgle one gives you healing, and Slanesh one's probably the best one, gives you a mortis engine effect, which is really fucking good. The worst one is probably the Tzeentch one. The Tzeentch one is crap. It gives you spell mastery, but bear in mind that the War Shrine itself doesn't cast any spells, so what you're basically looking for is it's going to buff spellcasters in its 35 meter range. But that means you've got to keep your Lord or heroes within 35 meters of your War Shrine as it builds up the spell mastery. So then when they cast spells, they do more damage. That's a terrible fucking War Shrine. Absolutely terrible. They could have given it something better than that, like it builds up increased barrier for all units in 35 meters, or barrier recharge rate is decreased, so you get your barrier back faster. You know, you could have themed it towards Tzeentch, but made it more useful to the army. Spellmaster benefits only spellcasting heroes and lords. That's it. It's really, really bad. Or if they wanted to benefit spellcasters and lords, rather than having a 35 meter range, they could have gone map wide with the spell mastery, or maybe even get Winds of Magic, or Winds of Magic recharge rate, something like that. But again, made it map wide, not within 35 meters. If you've got to keep your lord within 35 meters of your war shrine, it's severely limited, and your war shrine's generally going to be in the thick combat with your frontline warriors, because it's quite slow, so it's not going to follow your cavalry on a flank. So it's going to be in the middle there, feeding off the deaths that are in that combat. But you needed something, in my opinion, something more that benefits the army. So either like an increased barrier or a decreased barrier recharge time would have been better towards the Tzeentch one. But like Cornwall, I think, gives you more damage. Nurgle gives you healing, so it's like kind of like an Holy Lodestone Corpse Cart. And then your Slanesh one gives you a mortis engine effect, so it's more damage. And then the normal War Shrine, the one that I've got, gives you units up to 10% more physical resistance, so it makes them tougher. But they're all good effects that benefit your troops within 35 meters of it. The Tzeentch one doesn't. So when I eventually get round to playing Village at some point, I won't be recruiting Tzeentch War Shrines. I'll recruit normal Chaos War Shrines, and I'll have them in there instead, because they're better. Right, what have we got here though? There's a war with the Saul. Who are here? There's a war with Be'lakor. Who's there? I don't mind him that he's at war with these three, but he is at war with two of the other guys. I'm not so much bothered about the Saul because they're a minor faction. It's not someone like Throg or Wulfric. but he is at war with Belako. And ultimately, I'd like to try and get alliances with all the major bad guys. At least Warriors of Chaos and Demons of Chaos, and maybe Beastmen as well, and Skaven. I've already got Defensive Alliance. I mean, who's... I can't check, can I? I mean, I don't think you can really declare war on anyone that's going to bother me, because anyone that's bothering me is being dealt with. Wasn't he getting his ass kicked though by Belako? Fuck it, why not? Need to take a look on I'm actually at war with. And also take a look at my victory conditions. I've looked at the ones for Gorok, I don't think I've even looked at the ones for Archaon. Hope I haven't got anything weird. Or should it be like you've got to control like 8 dark fortresses, something like that? That's marvellous. The thing with a lot of factions in this game, at least with the same alignment, so like evil with evil, good with good, they respect strength. So the stronger your faction is on the global rankings, the more they both respect and fear. Sometimes you will get really stupid things where you'll have like a minor faction that's really weak declare war on you. But generally that will be because it's of the opposite alignment, where even though they should respect and fear, they won't, because they're of the good guys when you're the evil guys, or vice versa. But in terms of like the same alignment, usually they'll respect the fact if you're really strong. Unless you're doing something to piss them off, like if you're sat in their territory raiding, that's going to hammer relations every single turn to the point where they will just declare war upon you and have enough. If you're not doing anything stupid like that, most evil guys, if you're really strong, so most good guys if you're strong, will pay you that respect. The only exception is spawned in rogue armies and spawned in savage orcs or beastmen like that. They don't give a shit how strong you are. They just want to run around and want to raid things. Example just like that. Just started raiding my vassal. They just running around being a nuisance, but they are a nuisance to both alignments, good and evil. And technically, beastmen and orcs technically both evil, and rogue armies can be either, because rogue armies can be of any faction in the game and have a mix of any units. Rogue armies can actually spawn some of the strongest armies in the game, even stronger than what players can build, because they can have a mixed mash of units from different factions that can make a really powerful combination. They don't always, but they can. And I have seen some truly terrifying combos in my day, and it's like, eesh. The one thing you've got as an advantage is that usually when they spawn in, they've not got any ranks. So usually you have that. Sometimes they can as well, but usually not on the entire army. I think I've seen one spawn in with 2 rank 9s and 2 rank 7s, but then the rest of the army was unranked. So you might get a few in there, but that's why you've got to build walls wherever you go. Always, always build walls. Eliminate Boris Ursus. Where is he? He's there. Oh, even though I've given them military lives which he doesn't like, my relations are still going up.
I dreamt of a time when I flew across the stars, legions in my wake.
See, I told you to respect it. More than likely, Azazel won't like that, though. No. But again, it's still going up.
Harbinger.
So I've now got non-aggression, military access, and trade agreement with Mr. Belako. See, even though the dwarves, like Cadron's obviously lost its army somewhere, strength rank 86, but they've got 6 settlements. You know they're gonna fucking come back and recruit more fucking slayers or something. Fucking hate dwarves. Well, I hate them as an enemy. When they're an ally, they're fine. As long as they're not completely fucking useless and do something.
War unceasing. To be honest, I'd rather be raiding.
Northmen come! My fellow warlords converge! To the Kurgan!
Tribal fury. Enter then. Are you...
Marauders all! Always ready for a headbutting con...
Got alliances here. I'm basically trying to collect all the... Well, not all the evil guys, but all the chaos guys. So Warriors of Chaos, Demons of Chaos, Beastmen, and potentially Skaven. And Norskins. They're all your forces of chaos. Skaven might have their own god that's different to the other guys, but they are still a product of chaos. Think about, there's a fucking... There's an army there. In fact, why do I want that stance? I haven't got a spellcaster in here. I've got Archaon, I'm not going to give him any spells. I don't give a fuck about his magic. Couldn't care less. I actually checked out his points for a bit. What we got with you? So 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. Could go 47. I said I don't care about magic and making him just a complete melee monster. Probably this one. 48, 49 and 50. Because it's 10% chance to steal a magical item off the enemy. And then 15% more income from post-battle loot. And Chaos already get quite a bit.
My visions predict failure.
They will be dominated. Onward to destruction.
They can recover their last turn there. And they're going to fight their next turn.
The goddess forbids it.
This was expected.
150% research rate. So these have all dropped down by 1 turn, that's good. Everyone's been talking about like aspiring champion doomstacks and stuff. Don't get me wrong, I understand when they're fully upgraded they can be really fucking strong. And a full army of them potentially could, you know, beat whatever comes against it. But I don't want a full army of aspiring champions. One, I don't doomstack. Doomstacking's for, again, people who either just want to have a bit of fun or just pussies who don't know how to properly play the game. And two, I like to be a bit thematic with my armies, a little bit. And, well, depending on what faction I'm playing, but especially with Chaos. And you won't have a full army of aspiring champions, ever. They're not that common. They're elite units. They're kind of like Chaos Special Forces. That's why they're only in units of 16, are the same size as a troll. Because there's not that many of them. And even only like a small percentage of Chosen ever become skilled enough to join their ranks of the aspiring champions. And most aspiring champions will stay an aspiring champion like the rest of their life. Obviously once they put Chaos Armor on, they're immortal, so they don't age anymore. They can be killed but they don't age. But then some aspiring champions that really shine will become exalted champions. And then some of those, an even smaller percentage, might become a Chaos Lord. Or a Chaos Sorcerer Lord if they're a spellcaster. Or they'll become a Chaos Sorcerer as a hero, not an exalted champion, obviously. But, yeah, they have to... that process basically gets smaller and smaller. So you've got shit tons of Marauders. Slightly smaller, but you've still got shit tons of Chaos Warriors. You've got a very small percentage of Chaos Warriors make Chosen. And even a small percentage of those make aspiring champions. And then even a small percentage of those become heroes. Chaos Sorcerers, Exalted Champions. And then an even smaller percentage of those become Chaos Sorcerer Lords and Chaos Lords. And then even smaller still, Ascent to Demonhood. So it gets smaller and smaller each time as you go further up the ladder. As it does with like any sort of like society. You couldn't imagine the Black God and Nagarond, which are Malekith's elite personal unit and bodyguard, being more common than Dreadspears. It doesn't make sense. Train war against Midland. Why am I strength rank 4 now? I just went up 6 ranks. But yeah, sure, why not, buddy? I don't like Midland, I don't care. Now see, where they put Festus, it's probably a bit harsh on the Empire, but they put Festus in a really good place as a Nurgle faction, because he's got plagues everywhere, absolutely everywhere. I'm playing a smaller side campaign where I'm playing as Kazrak and my friend Overlord's playing as Azazel, and he's got plagues all over the place. And then I can build a building in my Herdstones that also spreads plague. So you've got my plague and his plague sometimes on armies and settlements at the same time. It's everywhere. Now, see, that's a problem that they've done with Kugath is they put Kugath on 3 little islands out of the way. Why? Why would it be on an island? An island is where you would go to safely test biological or nuclear weapons, where you can't affect the mainland areas. That's not something Kugath would do. He wants to be in the thick of it, spreading all his shit. So the kind of start that Festus has got is what Kugath should have. He should have a lot of enemies around him, maybe the odd ally here and there, but not too close. Like his closest ally is probably Azazel or Wolfric, but they're like across this small ocean. Vlad declared war on Grimgor and Skarsnik. Good luck with that. The Ice Court is now strength rank 24. So apparently once I beat her army, she held the big balance of power. But Reichland are now somehow strength rank 2. Really? But Festus is absolutely shitting all over the Empire. I'm not sure how that works. His biggest threat is Nagarand. Yeah. His biggest threat is the Empire. He hasn't got a main threat yet. Oh, that reminds me, I haven't looked at the victory conditions. Victory conditions. Destroy the Ice Court, that is fine, though no Ever-Chosen ever did that, including Archaon. Retain control of the 2 following provinces, either by direct ownership or through vassals and military allies, the Blood Marshes and the Skull Road. Well, I've got 2... Oh, in fact, no, I've got 1 vassal. These are defensive allies. So they have to be military allies for that? Fuck. Okay. So loot, raise or sack 80 different settlements, and I've got to destroy what? Reichland, Karazakarak, Karun, Wood Elves, Hexawatl, High Elves, the northern provinces of Cathay, and the Ice Court. The Ice Court you've got to do to get the small victory. I might not do the long campaign victory, looking at that. Fucking hell. I mean, I don't mind destroying Empire, Dwarves, Bretonia, and Wood Elves, and maybe even the High Elves. But Cathay's in the other fucking direction, and the Hexawatl's opposite side of fucking planet. That's going to be a lot more than 80 fucking settlements. In fact, I'll probably be over 80 by the time I've destroyed these 4, and Ice Court. I'm at 15 already. But what I'll do is, I'll go for part of the long campaign victory. I don't want to go for it all. Some of these are just too far away. I don't give a fuck about destroying these. I'm not going all the way over fucking to Lustria. So at that point, I'd be closer to completing the domination victory. Fuck that. We'll get rid of the normal factions in the area that I want to get rid of. So we'll do Empire, we'll do Dwarves. And by Dwarves, I will include Ungrim and Belagar. Not Thorek, he's fucking miles away. We'll do Bretonia, we'll do Wood Elves. I'm not really bothered about going over to fucking Ulthuan. So it's still got the 1 Chaos Knight. If he goes back up to 2, I'll recruit 1. I don't want to fill up. And we've got 1 Chaos Warrior in here. But I'm fine with that at the moment. Just gotta make sure it don't fill up. But I need 6 Chaos Warriors.
Yes, my ruinous powers!
Actually, where's Archaon? Let's do Archaon first, because we're going to have to fight that battle there.
Dominance!
kill this guy first then. $99 souls.
The storm of chaos gathers. All is well. Yes, bring corruption.
Not that one. Five turns. See if I can get to him and kill him in time. It depends if he runs away. Because the Obsidian Blade is actually a really good weapon. So I could give that to my other guy's army. Yeah. 8% weapon strength and 100 armor piercing. It is really, really tasty. What's he presently got? He's got Executioner's Axe, which is also not bad. It's also not bad. But I'll probably give him that, give him the Obsidian Blade, and then give the Executioner's Axe to the third Lord.
A glorifying act.
What? I can auto-resolve that and lose nothing. Really? What are horse masters? They didn't even take any damage. What? What? Everything else took damage and the Marauder Horsemasters fucking got by unscathed. But because the range of running around like bosses or something. Gift it to Vassal.
Cease this.
The spoilers come.
That's where they can move, but in March. Okay.
I'll move. You have my favor.
We need this one, don't we? Yeah. Need to max this out as well. Oh yeah, they've not changed that.
Spread ruin on them.
Yeah, I've seen some people taking this, which don't get me wrong, I would take this over Chaos Gladiator. Chaos Gladiator is not worth taking. It's not. Neither are either of these two, really, in my opinion. You're better off just taking that for the damage and the magical attacks for you. So I would take this one over Chaos Gladiator, but considering you get some casual replenishment rate from the hero, something that you don't normally get from a hero for Chaos. You only get 5% though, which is crap. You normally get like, I think it's now, you get something like 14 to 20%. So you don't get much, but the fact that it's giving you some replenishment and more training, and then you've got training as well on top. And since you need to spend your experience like a currency to rank up your troops, this is a no-brainer. Why on earth you'd take that over this? Unless you're going to have two exalted champions in one army, and one with it and one without it, fair enough. But otherwise, if you're just going to have one in an army, take that or you're some special kind of idiot. Because you need the replenishment, and you certainly need the fucking experience.
For chaos.
And unlike the experience in Warhammer 2, the experience in Warhammer 3 has been buffed. It's actually not as bad as it was. In Warhammer 2, I think it was somewhat like 35 experience or some shit or whatever it were. But it might have reached 50, I think, overall. Now you can get 150 experience on a hero. And then your Lord as well gives you even more from their dominating presence. And they stack together. Make fucking use of it, because you're going to need it. Special Warriors of Chaos.
What is thy will? Blessing to the changer.
How the fuck do you fail that? What is it these need to get upgraded to Chaos Knights? Rank 6. Yeah, I've got to be prepared for that. Because once these can get promoted, it's 140 upkeep increase per unit. But then that army will be complete, apart from getting these to chosen. Which is why I don't want to put too many units into that third army yet, because this is going to take a hit.
Chaos.
But once those Marauders are upgraded, I can get rid of that. I don't need it anymore. So we've got Enter the Lords, okay. We've got this one here for Undivided Lords and Heroes. When they get portal glyphs, they can summon him some Chaos Furies. But I think that's probably going to be the better one. And I think it's better that Archaon gives 25% of his experience to other Lords, rather than Lords and Heroes getting 50%, because not all of them are always going to be in the fight, where Archaon probably will be. So, and he's only giving his experience to the Lords, not the Heroes, but the Lords are far more the important ones to level up, without a doubt. You'd think when you gift them a province, it would give you a nice big boost, although technically I'm at almost 243. Yeah, they're loving me. Because now they've got 5 settlements and one of those is a city. So they can now start building some decent units.
Marauders all!
Yes, my ruinous powers.
So that's all these Kislev armies coming in through here. But one comes in, the other one's gone. Fair enough. I'll have to do something about that beast, man. But at the moment I need to try and get Boris Ursus if I can. Oh, Malice has come back. I could have fought it and I'd have taken less casualties, but just for the fact of expediting things a little bit. Especially when you know there's not an army within 1 turn here, that's the idea. The question is when to auto-resolve and when not to auto-resolve. If you know there's an army in attack range within 1 turn of you, no. If you know there's an army within 1 turn of you obviously don't auto-resolve. You fight it, take as few casualties as you can. If you've got at least 1 turn recovery, you could recover quite a bit. If you can't, at least you can move away and recover. You can stay out of their attack range. There's nothing they can do about it. And the other one is if you want to be aggressive. So like if you can say take 1 town minimal casualties and move on to another town. But I know that I'm more than 1 turn away to the next city. So it would be at least 1 turn anyway for me to get there. So I might as well just heal up for a few turns and then go at it. And then this way as well, I can justify being in the area around the city. I can help protect my vassal's city. And a vassal having a city is a good thing. Because to me it's not worth shit, because I want to turn it into like a little outpost. So I get like 1 building and 1 shitty garrison thing that I can build. He can build a full-on fledged garrison for a city and has access to 7 more construction slots. There's no reason not to give it to a vassal. So yeah, probably one thing I should probably start doing is checking out the victory conditions at the start of a campaign. Because this will be a partial long campaign victory, not an actual long campaign victory. Because this one's actually still really fucking long. I didn't think I'd have to go all the way over to fucking Lustria. I was surprised as well in that auto-resolve when he auto-resolved it and the Marauder fucking horseman took like no damage. But all the much stronger units took damage. I was like, what? What the fuck is this about? But I'm not going to be short of content for the next 5 or more years, definitely. And then obviously by that point we'll hopefully be seeing another Total War fantasy game, whatever that may be. I mean, if I had to choose between Lord of the Rings and Warhammer 40k, I'd choose Lord of the Rings. I don't think 40k would make a good Total War game, personally. Not with that many ranged armies. It'd be boring. I'd be playing like Tyranids most of the time or something.
My prayers are answered.
3 on them. 4 on that, fucking hell.
Destruction for all.
The one thing we're definitely missing is replenishment. See, it'd be okay if that was working properly, but it only says replenishment rate of this Lord, not Lord's army. That if that's ever on and it's not the Draftmaster one, it's always supposed to be a Lord's army. No Lord in this game needs 30% casualty replenishment. They don't take enough damage, and they heal in like 2 turns anyway. it's supposed to be the entire army, not just the Lord. CA fucking up again. But I'm going to max this one out first. So yeah, next 2 points can go into there. And then I can start bumping up the red tree. What does that one do to his things, actually? So his melee attack doesn't go down. Health goes up. Speed goes up. Weapon strength goes up. Loses 10 charge bonus. Loses 10 armor. Loses 1 melee defense. Okay. He's going to have a lot of extra shit anyway. What's it like on points for that, though? So that's what? 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. I mean, it's got loads of points on it. Seven, 48, 49. I'll probably just put 1 point into that, just give him a bit more armor. Yeah. Research done. Nice. And this is actually quite good as well, I've noticed. It goes a bit unmissed. But diplomatic relations plus 15 with Nurglish factions for each active gift of Nurgle. So if you do activate any of their gifts, you're getting 15 increased relations per turn. So what it might be worth doing is, because I think there are some generic ones. There are ones like this, that is not worth having. Minus 10 control is a little bit ridiculous. Not gonna lie. That's a bit stupid. They should really rethink this. Because you've got to think you've got a lot of minus control on very hard legendary already. At the most that should be maybe -5. Maybe -4. It's a lot to be minused. You can't put that on indefinitely. That's got to be on for a short time period, 3 or 4 turns, get some money, and then take it off. You can't use it, it's stupid. These all gear units. So like, I could put that one in, for example. It gives demonettes in the gifted port, I don't give a shit about, but you get someone from beyond. So you could put that in, it's 50 upkeep per turn. So you can put in little bits like those. Like these are good ones here as well. Income post battle loot 35%. Income for settlements 35%. Character experience per turn plus 100 all characters. Not characters mark a corn. Just all characters. Actually, that one I'm going to put on. But that's the thing as well. I think it's per active gift, isn't it? For each active gift. So to make use of it, you only really need one gift, and it's 15 relations a turn with that type of faction. So you can build up your relations with all factions, which technically the Everchosen would have. I mean, he's the favoured of all the gods. That makes a lot of fucking sense. What's Nurgle got? Growth per region 75 to win a battle, or provinces. Actually, that could be useful as well. I'm not increasing the growth building because the growth building's fucking aids. You've got replenishment in foreign territory. Yeah, stick that one on. Slanish we can choose 2, but realistically you can't. Because this is the thing is, the Slanish one here is shit. Because where they've just got positives, that one's just 75 growth after winning a battle, all provinces. Income for post-battle loot 35%, income from raising the settlement 35%. But these have got minus 10 control plus 15% upkeep. Because we can afford that. Have you seen how expensive our units are? And that's basically the old supply lines. 15%. Are you mad? Why can't you just give us campaign movement range 35% and battle reinforcement time minus 75%? Why is it got to have a negative? Idiotas. So it lifts them all here, you just start scrolling up and down, okay? So I got 450 a turn on that. I'm just looking to have like one gift active. I mean, I'll only have one gift from Slaanesh. I might be able to get a second one for Nurgle and Khorne. And I'm not sure about Zinch. As of yet. But yeah, Khorne, I can have this one here. It's really good. Because that's all my characters getting 100 extra experience per turn. It's not bad either, and it's only 50 upkeep. And it's these cheap ones at the front are the ones that you can have that can benefit you. You might as well just do it, and when you've got that many fucking souls, you're not going to be running out anytime soon. Unless you start to like procrastinate and just do nothing, you're definitely going to get a fair number of souls.
There'll be a reckoning.
How bad's the attrition in this territory? It's not that bad. I can hit him next turn anyway. Oh my god, his army's garbage. How has he been winning any battles with that? Yeah, get some of those stuck on there. And then at least whenever I've got that one upgraded, any of the factions that are dedicated to a certain god, I'm getting more relations with them. If I can get 2 on there, like I can with Khorne and Nurgle, then that's plus 30 relations every turn. So that's really good. Where Throg is not. All he's done this entire campaign is die. And I'm playing Throg in another minor campaign with Jamie. We decided to play double Norscans. I'm playing Throg, he's playing Wolfric. And I've just got all of my Road of Champions great weapons, which are like, they're their equivalent of Chosen great weapons. They're like close enough to it. They're not got as good stat as Chosen. But then again, they have got Rage, and Rage is pretty fucking nice. But Throg's just is a powerhouse. You just fucking murder people. You have your Skinwolf Waking hero as a scout, and then you put Mere Balefiend in your army because they've got replenishment, which is obviously really important to melee armies. And the Mere Balefiends have got, in my opinion, the 2 best laws of magic, Shadow and Fire. Okay. I bet he's just on the limit of my attack range. So when I attack him, he can retreat. Fuck. The only reason I want to kill him, really, is because it gives me a decent blue magical item. And I can give that to that lord. It's better than what he's got. The good thing, I mean, Nurgle can sometimes be a bit slow to attack, but the good thing is, Nurgle doesn't really need many armies on, like, base defense to, like, guard an area once you've taken it. Because once you've taken it, build up your garrison, for your Dark Fortress, whatever, and just set your plagues on the area to, like, increase your growth. But if the AI contracts them, it does massive attrition damage. So your plagues is like your first line of defense. Because it hits their armies and they're like, fuck, and their armies getting wasted away. And then if they come to try and besiege a settlement, they're probably taking more damage from the plague than you are from the attrition in your fortress. And you can also reduce it down if you own the region with a commandment. You know, other reasons I'm not going to bother about, well, going to like Ulthuan, Hexawatl, because they're too far away. One, that's the most important one because it'll take fucking forever. And there's going to be no Dark Fortresses on Ulthuan, and there's going to be none probably in Lustria either. There might maybe be some a bit north of that where Marathi is. She might have one near there, but you're going to have nothing over there. So if you do need to recruit some extra troops or a new army or something, fucking hell. You're going to be miles away from anything. You could maybe do it as Baelakor, because Baelakor potentially could open like rifts wherever and do it that way. But other than that, no. And I like the Dark Fortresses. I wish there was more of them. I mean, with how much money they make, I understand why they couldn't make every single city. But they could maybe tone down the money on both the main building and the income building in the Dark Fortress, and then make every city. So then you need more of them to make the same kind of money you're making now. They could do it that way. And then at least you've got one decent settlement in every province. That could work. And bear in mind, when you get further south, you can't give your territories to your vassals. So you've got to occupy them and then put that crappy defensive building in there. If that defensive building as well at least gave you a 14 strong garrison, that'd be okay, I could work with that. But not with an 8 strong garrison. Actually, from him, yes, I will take it because he owns part of that fucking province that I need. I need to get one from that demon bitch as well. Says he's going that way with the blue line and he's going that way, the opposite direction. I love how that works. It's like, okay. It's the way to confuse the player. See, at least he seems to be running the direction that his is showing. That other guy was like, no, I'm confused. My compass doesn't point north. Fucking hell, all armies perfect vigor. Campaign movement range 50% as well. Ooh. Is that permanent? Sylvania destroyed. That's what you get for declaring war on Grimgor and Skarsnik like a dumbass. So I think that just permanently gave me one Exalted Hero. Now some of those buffs were good, but the one problem those buffs had, they were all temporary. Where this is not. So I've got enough now for like another 3 armies. And see, missile resistance on these guys is also really good. Because bear in mind, they're going to be on a Manticore. I don't need one yet. I need to get his army done first and foremost. He's got another Chaos Warrior in there now, good. And a Chaos Knight. It's taking ages like, but still it's happening. So you guys can see, I've got to check this every turn, I'm seeing where it's at. So like if this gets to 2, I'll recruit 1. If this gets to 3, I'll recruit 1. I don't want them to cap out, but I don't want to fill up this guy's army too quickly, because I'm looking to still upgrade the second army completely. I've got to upgrade the Chaos Warriors to Chosen, I've got to upgrade the Immortal Horsemen to Chaos Knights. That's going to jump up the cost. That takes priority.
Forward and to slaughter!
So these need 1 more rank, and they can become Chaos Knights. And these 4 need 1 more rank, and they can become Chosen. These need 2 more ranks. Yeah, we are. I mean, if I moved there and I attacked him, maybe he'll run that way. Then I can kill that garrison as well. Nice. A gift to my vassal. We're up here, aren't we? So, Sky Veteran.
The storm of chaos gathers. No.
Fucking hell, this hero's got like all this shit maxed out almost. Yeah, one thing they definitely need to work on is they need to make sure that every hero has access to at least 50 skill points. If it's a matter of you can get exactly 50 and then you can max out every single thing in the hero skill tree, that's fine. But at least they've not got any spare points. Because quite a few heroes do not have 50 skill points. That is a problem. Give you that. He ain't got one yet. But I'm not going to give him one. I'm not going to give him one over a load. I mean, he can have that for the time being. That actually, that can I... Oh, fuck, no. What does it do? No. The blue one, that. Actually, I got that. Who else has got these? I've got an idea. Because those items are kind of shit. He leveled up because Archaon gave him some experience. Right, he's got that. Yeah, let's take that off of you. You can have the Executioner's Axe, though. You can have that. Who's the other guy, then? Is it Archaon's guy? Fucking hell. Oh, that fucking accent. He's got for the talk. Who's this random fucking guy? He does have it. Alright, in fact, no. Is that all three? That's Stone Tournament. Did I see three of these things? Actually, I've got these as well. I'm not really going to spellcasters, to be fair. I'm using my armies. Oh, right, okay. And what we'll do is then... Beguiling Gem. This is better than what I fucking had. Talisman of Endurance. Nice. Now that were a good one. That were a good one. Gotta be seeing quality, ain't it? Archaon, I don't think you really need that, buddy. Let's give you a ward save, buddy. They've nerfed that. That used to be 12%. Yes, all my heroes are important. My lords are more important. Although, actually, I could take that off these for the moment because he's not going to be fighting for a while. So, yeah. So let's give you the Executioner's Axe. You can have that. Oops. What did he have? Oh no, he had that. Keep that on. That's better. Despite being a grey. Archaon. Let go of that thing.
A glorifying act.
So let's put this on you then. And then let's go down here and let's fuse these two. Nice! Armor of Fortune. This guy got really lucky, fucking hell. So he's now got an item in each slot, which is good. And that gives him a fight. At least this one hasn't been nerfed. So he's now got a 13% ward save. Pretty good. I will be giving the blue axe back to that lord over there. I was just thinking about it, is like, at the moment he's only got a 9-stack army. He's not going to be going near combat. And the only reason he's ranking up is passively because of the training between him and the hero, and also because Archaon gives him 25% of experience in battle, which is why I've got that faction leader 1 on. So even if your backup armor is inactive, having faction leader grants 25 experience earned to other lords, so 25% of any of Archaon's XP is going to, well, any other lord that I've got. So even though he's sat in my home province doing fuck all, he's still gaining experience. So when he does finally commit to the battle, he's going to be a higher rank. He's not going to be a walk in the park pushover. And hopefully by then we'll get some more magical items. I'm hoping when they bring in the Chaos Dwarves, there's going to be a new mechanic for all the Warriors of Chaos factions. It should be the Forges of Chaos, which is basically where all the forces of Chaos go to barter with the Chaos Dwarves for magical items that they make for them. Commandment. Okay. It'd have to be that one. I hate the fucking negative on it, like, but it'd have to be that one. Oh, that reminds me, I need to speak to the demon woman.
Depravity, Rex!
Let the dark whispers of glory guide us to ascendancy. The sensation.
Still doesn't want a SpectreGaming though. I've got to pay her a lot for it. Fuck that. Because that should. Yes. So I've now got both of those. Because Bloodmarsh is my starting province essentially. Yeah. And then the Skull Road is this one down here. I actually don't own any of that. She's got 2, he's got 1, my vassal's got 1. But because they're military allies, it now counts. So now I just need to get up to 35 settlements. Towards me. I don't want that. Hell no. Ooh. Don't know why we've got to get negatives on our controls and things. Okay. It's because I need more Chaos Knights than I need actually Chaos Warriors and Chosen. So I'm building that one first.
They will be dominated.
He's already moved this turn. He's already been checked. Okay, it's fine. Yep. Right, that's my second Lord decked out as well. He's got good shit. All I can do now is get him upgrades, but at least he's got an item in each slot. I don't need the fucking Scepter thing on Archaon, although I did find one last night actually. I didn't think there were any good Scepters, but there is a Scepter out there that gives you 10 melee defense and a 10% ward save. I think it was, or it might have been 5 melee defense and a 10% ward save, but it was definitely a 10% ward save. So if you can get that on your characters, that's fucking good. Obviously, they've got to be a spellcaster though to use it. So what's he at now? See, now he's got armor piercing as well. Because he's now got more armor piercing damage than he's got base. That's a fair bit of damage. Right. I'm going to call this part here, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, leave a like. If you're new around here, drop a subscription. Subscription. And hopefully I'll catch you on the next video. Take care, everyone. Have a nice day, and I'll speak to you all soon.